I'm Bunny Williams, and I am in the flower room of the Flower Magazine Designer Show House in Atlanta. And it has been so much fun to work with Ballard Design, where I have designed some wonderful products. A lot of the things in these spaces are some of the products that I designed for Ballard. And one of my favorite things is cash pose. I love having something that I can go to the grocery store and find a pot of tulips or something that's around and bring it home and put it in something special. So this is one of my favorite pieces, which I actually designed the first time to hold a Haagen-Dazs ice cream container. And the reason I did that is I went to a friend's house for dinner. They had this beautiful dinner, this beautifully served dinner, beautiful set table, a beautiful pie for dessert, and they brought the Haagen-Dazs ice cream container out in the container. And I thought, what a shame. People don't want to take it, scoop it out. So I designed this container to hold a Haagen-Dazs ice cream container. But I use these in the country all the time for flowers. It's a perfect size. You can use one in a table. If you've got a long table, sometimes I use 3 of them. And this was such a success that I've designed more cash bows. So there's a new toll one, there's another brass and silver one. I think that the more containers you have, the easier it is for you to think about putting flowers in your house. This is one of Ballard's wonderful, there's a series of these small glass vases. Well, if you don't know how to do flowers, you get 6 of these and put 6 blossoms in it and you have a flower arrangement. So it's not that you have to be intimidated about doing flowers. If you have the right containers, anybody can do it and anybody can make it attractive. And what I love now is that there's so many good flowers at the grocery store. So when you're planning your meal, you can get the flowers to set a pretty table when you get home. And I am, as people know, I'm a passionate gardener. I love my flowers, but I have to be realistic that there are times when you can't always have flowers in your house, fresh flowers, they're expensive. And in my apartment in New York, any plant that I bring in seems to die overnight. So I have designed some artificial plants, and Ballard has a wonderful collection of them. For instance, this is an artificial little rose bush, but the main thing is you have to take it out and put it in an interesting container. So if you make it special and put it on a table, people aren't going to pick it up right away that that's artificial. I've done a series of standards. I happen to love topiaries, and I have a myrtle one and some others, and they look, I have them in my apartment, and they look great. They give me something that's green, but when I'm in the mood, I bring a live one in, but I can always bring those out and they always look good. So I think the idea of having an artificial flower doesn't have to be as awful as it used to be. The one thing I would not do is to do an entire artificial flower arrangement, because if you leave it in your house, you're going to know it's artificial because the tulips aren't in bloom 12 months a year. So what's interesting sometimes is to take an artificial flower and mix it with live greens. Go out in your yard, cut some magnolia, cut some greens, and use the artificial flower. There are wonderful other things that I designed that I really love are these flowers. They're made out of, I think, papier-mâché, but they came from specimens that were in botanical, where they taught botany and the botanical construction of plants. And Ballard has done a beautiful job of copying some of my originals, and they are wonderful on a table. I mean, even a dining table with those sort of scattered down them with lights in between is interesting and a little bit different. There are just so many things that are accessories that for me make a space come alive. Be sure to subscribe to the Ballard Designs YouTube channel for more videos like this one.